Anybody can tell the difference between right and wrong. My dog knows when she's done wrong. Tuck that tail between that legs. She knows when she's done wrong. But can you tell the difference between right and almost right? Dear God, Corrie ten Boom said discernment is God's call to intercession, but never to fault finding. Never to fault finding. She said discernment is the ability to see things for what they really are and not for what you want them to be. Miss ten Boom also said the heart of spiritual discernment is being able to distinguish the voice of the world from the voice of God. Oswald Chambers, powerful. Oswald Chambers said God does not exist to answer our prayers, but it is by our prayers that we come to discern the mind of God. For one cannot discern right from wrong without first discerning the mind of God. So God does not exist to answer your prayer. He exists to teach you how to do it for yourself. He exists to teach you his mind so that you have the mind of Christ in all things. And I don't have to stop and pray and say, God, can I do this? God, is this right? God, is this wrong? No, I have discerned the mind of Christ and I've read the word of God and I already know, don't touch that. Don't touch that. It's not holy. Don't touch that. It resembles what you came out of. If he saved you out of it, why do you keep hanging around everything that looks like it? David Jeremiah said, this is a time when all of God's people need to keep their eyes and their Bibles wide open, because we must ask God for discernment as never before. David Jeremiah is a powerful, powerful man. He said, we need discernment now than we ever have before. John Wesley said, faith is the divine, faith. Now, faith is the thing that pleases God, isn't it? Okay. So faith is the divine evidence. Faith is the divine evidence whereby the spiritual man or woman discerns God. Until you can discern God, you will never discern evil. And we wonder why the church has lost their power, because we've lost the power of discernment. We accept anything. We accept anything and we call it okay. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Smith Wigglesworth said, to discern spirits, we must dwell with him who is holy. Dwell, to live there, to stay there, to always be there. It's my house. It's where I stay. It's where I stay at. If I want to discern spirits, I must dwell with the one who is holy, and he will give the revelation and unveil the mask of satanic power on all lines. Okay? The church has completely lost the power of discernment. Okay? Can I give you one of the many reasons that the enemy has been able to cease discernment in the church? Because once a spirit is discerned to be unholy, we as believers then have the responsibility of confronting and correcting what has been discerned. So we don't even want to mess with that spirit, because we don't want to confront it. And we certainly don't want to correct it. Jesus, have mercy. We as believers must confront and correct what has been discerned. So watch this. We must confront and correct what has been discerned, not just in others, but in our own life. It starts with you. Don't try to discern what's wrong with me till you can discern and correct what's wrong with you. And that is exactly why parents can no longer correct children. How can a parent stand up and tell the children not to cuss when you cussing like a sailor? How can a parent tell a child to be nice when you ain't been nice? They's hearing you cuss everybody out, and they hearing you mumble and grumble all the way to church. How you gonna tell a child to be faithful when your child knows you running around over there with Stevie, and you running around with Wanda, and you running around because they know it, they see that stuff. That's why you can't correct your children. And that's why we've got to the place that we say, oh, no, we don't want to hurt their little feelings. And no, it's because you don't want to correct yourself.